It's a riding that includes UBC students as well as some of the richest British Columbians in Vancouver. NDP leader David Eby is facing off against Paul Ratchford for the BC Conservatives and Devani Singh for the BC Greens in Vancouver Point Grey. While Eby won by a comfortable margin in 2020, one data scientist said the riding's new boundaries could make Eby's re-election far from a sure bet. The new riding boundary to the east is Balsam Street, which cuts off a large section of renters near Kitsilano. The riding also includes a new section of single-family homes in the Dunbar area.
The net total is actually a decline in renters by about 2,100 households. Renter households that are no longer in this riding.
Yan's research of voter demographics shows ridings with a large proportion of renters tend to support the NDP.
It is the riding of a sitting premier, so that it kind of offers a certain levels of incumbency protection, but yet there are limits to the incumbency protection, as we saw with Christy Clark. So.
Eby first clinched the riding in 2013, a young activist unseating a sitting premier. It was a personal victory for Eby, but a crushing defeat for the NDP, which failed to topple Clark's BC Liberal government. Eby spoke with CBC News the day after he won.
It's a bittersweet day for our campaign as we look at what happened across the province. A bunch of people really disappointed by that, but at the same time, we're ecstatic that we beat the Premier in Vancouver Point Grey. I mean, that is a historic result.
Some of the waterfront homes in Vancouver Point Grey include the $80 million mansion belonging to Lululemon founder Chip Wilson. Last week, a sign was put up outside of his home that calls the NDP a communist party. It was later defaced with spray paint.
The sign on Chip Wilson's property is really important because it reflects whose side John Rustad is on. He's on the side of Chip Wilson, he's on the side of the billionaires and the real estate speculators.
Eby says he's confident his record holds up against Ratchford's, pointing to comments he made against BC Conservative candidate Eleanor Sturco while she was still with BC United. Ratchford called her a woke lesbian, but Sturco says he has since apologized for those comments. Ratchford claims Eby is scared of losing government and his own seat. Even as polls indicate a very tight race between the Conservatives and NDP, Eby is projecting optimism about his own riding and the election overall. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.